Yeah.
Yeah.
Hastings County is situated on treaty land with its rich indigenous history home to the First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people. We honor their cultures and celebrate their commitment to this land. We acknowledge our shared obligation to respect, honor, and sustain these lands and the natural resources contained within. Thank you. Just a quick reminder that the nomination period is open and anyone interested can pick up papers here at the office. I need a mover for the agenda, that's for the regular council meeting held on May 5th. Be adopted as presented.
I'll second.
Any opposed? Carried. Does anyone have a disclosure?
I do. With 8.6, which is a community fund. I'm a member of the Sterling Horticultural Society. Don't have a direct pecuniary interest, but what's that called? I have an association with the group applying for grant money.
Thank you.
And I'm the same with the Sterling Agricultural Society.
All right, thank you. At this time, I'm privileged to call on Chief Little. It's a true honor to recognize you. I know, Derek. Fire Chief Derek Little, I'm receiving the Fire Services Exemplary Service Medal from the Governor General of Canada in her final days. This medal is awarded in recognition of 30 years of loyal and exemplary service in public safety in Canada, an incredible milestone, and one that speaks to a career defined by dedication, leadership, and commitment to others. For 3 decades, Chief Little has served with professionalism and integrity, providing steady leadership and earning the trust and respect of both his colleagues and the community. His contribution goes far beyond responding to emergencies. It is about building a culture of service, safety, and accountability. On behalf of council and the township, we extend our sincere congratulations and appreciation. This recognition is very well deserved, and we are proud to celebrate this achievement with you.
To make sure they're in camera view with the screen. Can we redo that? Yeah, there we go.
Can we redo that?
Yeah. Thank you.
Been a pleasure.
Well earned. Thank you.
Love you, man.
Yeah. Okay, is there any public input at this time? No. And I think I've already had the announcement about the nomination period being open. If anybody has any questions about those roles, feel free to contact any member of council. It can be done at in time, and it's something that people should be aware of if they're going to put their names in. I need a mover that the minutes of the regular council meeting held on April 21st, 2026 be approved.
I'll move. I'll second.
Any discussion on that? Any opposed? Correct. 7.2, that the minutes of the arena board meeting held on April 28th be received. Mover for that, please.
I'll move.
Seconder.
Well, second.
Anything you want to say about that meeting, Carolyn?
There was one. Oh, so there was some good discussion about fees, which have been up slightly to recognize that everything costs a little bit more, but the budget is looking balanced without doing too much hardship for people signing their kids up for hockey or whatever it is. So I think they've done a good job on that.
No, they have done a great job with that building, and I know he's got a very busy summer planned ahead.
Very busy.
There's professional men's lacrosse league using.
Yep.
One comment.
I'm not clear on, sorry?
So just with the fees, just a note with the fees went up by approximately 5%, just under 5%. But included in the fee is a 1.5% capital levy fee. So that's going to be placed aside into a reserve so that they can start to build a base for a future capital major improvement that may happen at the arena. Nothing's been set, but at least they're starting to prepare, and that helps with grant applications, etc.
Is it this year that's their 50th anniversary? Or something?
Yeah. It's 50th anniversary this year. And I believe they're still planning to do something to tie in with the Canada Day celebrations.
Did I
Thank
get
you
a
for
vote on
saying that,
that?
Kelly.
All in favor of receiving those minutes? Sterling Festival Board, got minutes on, February 16th and March 23rd.
I'll move.
Seconder,
Second.
anything you want to say about those, Don?
Well, they seem to have had a very good year. As far as the productions go and the balance sheet. They're moving right now for their anniversary for next year, trying to get, some renovations done as far as flooring and painting and so on, so. All in all, I think they're satisfied.
I see you got Bill trying to get that marquee up and running.
To my knowledge, it is. At least that was what I was told. No, I'm not.
I think they're hoping to get longer hours or something, so it's
Yeah.
more visible.
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor of those minutes? Carried. 7.4. I need a mover to accept the Sterling Run DIA minutes for January 20th, 29th, and 26th.
I'll move.
Second. Any opposed? Carried. Fire chief's report. Turn this over to Caroline.
Can I have a mover that the fire chief's report be received?
I'll move.
Jeremy,
Second.
Don, and Derek?
Yes, morning to the chair and council. We do have a few little updates, with our training and stuff. Our NFPA 101 firefighter 1, they did their final exams on Sunday. And we'll be hearing back this week what the results are, whatever. They've changed a little bit. We used to get the results then. Now they've changed to a different platform, with Canvas with their marking and stuff. So that'll be, going forward, it's like a 3 or 4 day process before if they pass fail, whatever type thing. They did pass their Ontario seals. They did passed all their practical part. That was all, they've all passed that, which was fantastic. Great job done by our training department and all of our new members and stuff that have pushed forward. They put a lot of hours into that course. It's like I said, it's about 80 or 90 hours they put in it. Plus they put a lot of their own time extra after to stuff, the skills to go through it. And they've just been going through it. Anyone that had any issues with that, have spent time with them to make sure that they sharpen up and make sure they are able to do the skills. So we pretty thankful to have that kind of department. Another thing right now is our burn conditions. We are right now on a 7 till 7. We are starting to get greened up pretty good now and stuff. So we probably will be letting our ban off here. We'll keep it monitored. If it get any wind conditions or anything like that, it will get changed back to restricted or to full ban for the summer. But we have been letting a few of the farmers stuff that have had some stuff to get done ready for fields and whatever. And we monitor them and check them out if they're too big of burns, whatever. We actually go and physically see the site or whatever. So, but everything has been going good. But we have, like I said, we've had a few grass fires this spring, but stuff is starting to green up pretty good now. So we definitely will keep that monitored and keep that updated. So from there, any besides that, is there any other questions?
Questions for Dave? All in favor? Carried.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mover that the economic development officers report for April 2026 be received.
I'll move.
Donna, second.
I'll second.
And Grant and Michelle.
Morning, Mayor and Council. April was not a real busy month. I attended a VIA meeting on March 26th. We had the leaf yard and waste pickup on April 30th, but upcoming events, so we're getting busy into the summer season. The automotive, Sterling Automotive Flea Market was this past weekend. It was very busy. We probably had between 4,000 and 5,000 people attend. It was a good 2 days of attendance. We have the community tree giveaway we did yesterday. That went well. The free goods giveaway day, we have aligned with Quinny West and Belleville. So it's May 9th, this coming weekend. And there's another BI meeting on April the 30th as well. Canada Day update, we're still working on that. We'll start at the arena between 4 and 6 with memorabilia. We hope to have some singers, music, and then the fire department out back, and then move over to the fairgrounds between 6 and 8:30 for barbecue, face painting, bouncy castles and things like that.
Just wondering, do you know about how many trees were picked up?
Do you know how many? There was over 70
70.
residents, yes. Yes.
72, 71 residents,
That's awesome.
maximum of 5 each.
Anybody else have any questions for Michelle?
Maybe I missed it, when does the music start? Have we got a date for that?
So the music, it starts the first week of July. So it'll run every Wednesday from July and August
That's at the train station.
at the train station, yes.
And we've got a good selection of bands again this
Yes.
year?
Yeah, I'm just confirming all of them now.
Anything else for Michelle? All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, pass it over to Grant.
Okay, we got the environmental manager's report, for, April 26th we received.
I'll move.
Oh, second.
Matt, do you wanna?
Morning, Chair and Council. Does anybody have any questions regarding my report or anything that you'd like me to expand on?
Has there been much pushback on the recycling yet, or?
I haven't heard anything. This past weekend was the first weekend with bins removed and curbside pickup only.
I've had a couple of inquiries, but once we explained the situation,
It is a dual service, so display both at the landfill site and curbside pickup. We had to, make a sound decision on that to try to cut some costs.
have we haven't started flushing yet, I hope.
No, currently right now we're started yesterday with our catch basin cleaning. So we'll finish up with that and then we're gonna transition into either valve turning or fire hydrant flushing.
Any more questions? Nothing? Take the vote, all in favor? Carried.
Are you looking for a motion for the public energy report? Moved by Don, seconder,
I'll second.
by Caroline. The floor is yours, George.
Morning, council, mayor and guests. In front of you is the report of our monthly activities. If there's anything there that draws your attention, I'll address that.
Anybody have any questions for George? By the list there.
You might want to talk about the, beside the church there, that there was really no base there on that road whatsoever.
Yeah, so typical of older towns and that was more of a pathway at one time and, they put 4 inches of gravel on it, put asphalt on it, but as traffic has got heavier and vehicles get heavier in the use, it comes back to where it's up ahead and that was the reason we had that closed for a while. The clay was bubbling right up through and as you can see by those pictures, there's only about 2 inches of gravel underneath that asphalt and that's why it's breaking up. And so when you go down then on James Street where past the funeral home, or we call it alligator when it's all small chunks. It'll be the same thing, as you can see the wheel running, it's just, there's no base there, so. It's something to think about in the future, because when we do our, Bell roads on those projects, traffic is gonna try to escape every which way around town. So for now, I think what we'll do is maybe even in front of the funeral home is put some, base, a little bit of base in there like we did, and then at least would hold traffic. They could take the wear and tear till we get that downtown. When we get that project, maybe that's something we can add in, but be discussed.
And we're done with, uploads, that's finished.
Yes, half loads are finished. I know we lack a few signs from getting down, but some potholes took precedence, but it is done in Coney West. Rick took theirs off yesterday.
I got a question. I'm not sure if this is for George or not, but the ball diamonds, have we got the new dirt put down or?
We're working on that.
Okay, it's
We're trying.
it's gonna happen for this season.
Our contractor keeps telling me it's gonna, so I'm hoping, yes.
Okay, no, I had a question the other day about it. I wasn't sure how, I thought it was supposed to be done this year. But yeah, okay.
No, that is our intent.
Anything else? Anybody have? If not, all in favor? Carried. And then we got 8.5. Looking for a motion on the public works manager's report. 2684 regarding the 22 John Deere grader buyout be received, and further that council approves that the 2022 John Deere grader buyout proceed in the amount of $237,357.48 plus net HST for a total cost of $241,535, and further that staff proceed to purchase the end of warranty inspection for the 22 John Deere grader at the net total cost of $813.06.
I'll move.
Moved by Grant, seconder.
I'll second.
Second by John. Well, that wasn't put in the budget, so all in favor? It's carried.
Just a quick question from them.
Yep.
What is that grader worth today, George? Well, sorry, let's rephrase it. To replace that with a new grader, well, that's,
So the 22 was $1 short of $500,000, and the 24 was, I think five off the top of my head, around 510 to 17,000. So that's 24. Now you'd be talking 26 or 27. So I would not think you'd replace the grader. I'm approximating for less than maybe 550,000.
so we got full value for our 3 years of lease payments that were applied.
The only thing that we will have to do if it was going back, and we were going to have to do it anyways, was put new tires on it.
So wear items.
Yeah, and that's gonna be between 30 and 40,000 by the time you put the tires back on.
Of that grader, well, I know we're gonna have the inspection, but we've been very satisfied with its performance to date.
It's been an excellent grader. It has not given us any hiccups. The 24 has been a good grader since we got electrical issues sorted out. Its first 5 hours, it had a cab fire, which we got out before much damage, but there was an electrical issue right from day one, which we seem to have solved because it's never missed a beat since.
Thank you.
8.6. We're gonna be talking about the community grants.
Do I need to leave? It's your decision, but I would recommend it, so there's no perceived influence on the vote. And then same with you, Deputy Mayor Solms, if you declare on this one as well.
One, Gary. Maybe I don't know.
All right, motion on the floor.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
I have an item for amendments,
Yep.
before you read the resolution. So the application for the Sterling Run District Horticultural Society, it was received. However, for 2026, there was a processing issue and it was not included on the report. So staff would like council to consider a friendly amendment to include consideration of the Sterling District Horticultural Society grant of $3,500 for 2026. There are funds for this because, that it has been allocated in the past. There's enough money in the budget. And that would be consistent with what has been received or allocated to that society for the last 2 years. It's the same amount.
Okay, well, I'll get the motion on the floor.
I'll move.
I guess that's like,
Okay. Yes, go ahead. You had a question or no?
No, I didn't have a question. I just had, I was making the motion. No, I'm fine.
So
I think we're all, maybe a comment, I think we're all quite happy with the flowers around the village, so.
they clearly were attractive. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right, you're okay with that.
so this, the Rotary and the Legion, are they not involved in this anymore? Or,
There was no request from them this year that I'm aware of.
so you had to put in a request, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So we're approving 1,500 as the Center Hastings Support Network, which is the transportation. $1,000 to the Hastings Heart of Hastings Hospice. I'll get that right, yeah. The Horticultural Society, 3,500, the Ag Society, 5,000. And that's for a renovation. They're putting a new refrigeration building up. And the community trees, it's 800. And the Campbellford Memorial Hospital at 3,000, I think. All in favor? Okay. Thank you. Okay, we're down to 8.7. The motion reads that the Chief Administrative Officer report TRE 26071 Mount Pleasant Cemetery Care and Maintenance Fund transfer be received, and further that council directs staff to seek further clarification from the Bereavement Authority of Ontario and obtain legal advice regarding the township assuming trusteeship of the Mount Pleasant Cemetery Care and Maintenance Fund, and further that the staff report back to the council with the options and any required agreements for consideration. Can I have a mover for that, please?
I'll move.
Seconder.
Second.
We have the report in front of us, but I'll ask Shelley to speak to it, please.
Thank you, Worship. Yes, we've been approached by the Mount Pleasant Cemetery to take over. They're just a trustee, not to take over the cemetery, just their funds. The deputy clerk reached out, and I believe that the funds have total amount of $6,500. They're not huge. But the request is that council would approve that we would seek some legal advice before we take it over, just to make sure there isn't anything that we should have in an agreement with them, just because we've been looking after a couple of cemeteries for the last few years, but I haven't been able to find an agreement that was set up for that. So it would be nice to have the legal agreement between the two. And just the cemetery is not being abandoned, so that the board that they have is going to continue with care and maintenance. That won't come back on the township. This is just the financial side of things.
That was the only question I really had.
Yeah, no, we've taken over in the past and that meant closing them down, and that was, yeah. Any further questions? All right, the motion is on the floor to direct staff to get back to us. All in favor? 8.8. With the Chief Administrative Officer's Report CAO 26086 regarding the summary of council and staff activities for September to April. Be received. I move for that, please.
I'll second.
Are there any questions on that report? Any clarification you want from Shelley?
That was a good report. Good to see it. I think we all know we've been busy, so.
Maybe the understatement of the.
Still have your hair, so.
If there is any questions or any other, details that council would like. This is one of the first reports that I've done like this to bring it up to date on the activities, but it probably could be a lot longer, and I appreciate your time. You don't have to read long reports, so that's why I tried to condense it.
No, I think we're very pleased with the report itself and the fact that this much has been accomplished. Any opposed? Okay. Okay, I have some minutes, the first minutes, I think. Yeah. Just one, all right. That the minutes of the Lower Trent Conservation Authority board meeting held on March 12th be received.
I'll move.
Second or not? Second. Any questions? If I can answer. Okay. All in favor? Great. The conservation authorities are still going through significant changes and pressure from the upper level. The minister released a 4 o'clock Friday afternoon, there was another document came out directing conservation authorities limiting to decisions we can make going forward. It should be interesting to see where that one winds up. 10.1. Bylaw 34-2026 to appoint Sydney Dodson and Shelley Stadell as deputy clerks. Can I have a mover for that, please?
I'll move.
Second.
I'll second.
Are there any questions on that? Why are we doing that? Just. Okay.
I have one tiny question. I thought you were already a dirt deputy clerk.
Through the chair, I was appointed by resolution,
Yes,
and it's was brought to our attention. I was never appointed by bylaw.
so this is
a housekeeping.
so it's a housekeeping thing more than, okay. Idols.
Okay. Are there any notices of motion? Any new business?
Sorry, Mayor, I meant to bring this up before it went right out of my mind. The traffic lights down, well, our only set of traffic lights, are they still on some sort of motion detection thing? Because they don't seem to be.
No, they're not. We're
Okay.
back just on a timer. The reason being that we were having trouble. For some reason after they were built, the engineers said that they were gonna be the latest and greatest things. But then they added now that if we want them to be the latest and greatest thing, we needed, I forget, was 2 or 3 more cameras. And that was gonna be a cost of 60,000. So till we decided to do something about that, I just put it back at the set time.
Okay, right. So I've just had a couple people ask and I've noticed it myself, so.
Well, the problem was I was getting calls at 2 and 3 in the morning by the OPP that said they sat there for too long. And anyways, waking me up, so, and we had complaints. So I just put it back to time to decide at such a time that we're gonna purchase more cameras or not.
Okay. Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, so at this time I need a motion to go into closed session 239 2BD and K, municipal act. Move for that, please.
I'll move.
A second.
All in favor? Okay. We will go into session.
And sorry, through to the chair and to those watching, we're just gonna end the live stream now. Any motions coming out of close will be reflected